My beloved child, do you know that I am weeping? Simply because I know this is your final opportunity. I weep not out of weakness, but because I clearly see what is silently taking shape around your life right now, invisible movements that your naked eyes cannot yet see. Over the past many hours, through sudden flashes of intuition in your mind, minor events happening around you, and even unusual silences in the day, I have continuously sent urgent warning signals, but you unintentionally brushed past them all. You allowed yourself to be swept away by the outside noise, missing the whispers I painstakingly placed on your path. Now, the window of preparation is closing, and this is the decisive moment. You need to understand that you are standing right before a crucial boundary, a crossroad where every choice you make in this moment will carry the weight to shape the entire next chapter of your life. This is no ordinary day, and your hearing these words is no coincidence. Your destiny's map is at a pivot point, where a right decision will lead you into the light. But just one step off course due to indifference could lead you to deeply regrettable consequences later on. I do not want to see you face those things when you could completely avoid them if you knew how to listen at the right time. There is a profound secret, a clear guidance for your next step that I have prepared just for you. It is not some lofty philosophy, but an evident truth that will help you untangle your doubts and accurately redirect your path. When you patiently walk with me to the final moments of this message, you will realize what that special sign is, and how to embrace it as a protective shield for your upcoming decisions. If you feel this sacred frequency connecting directly with your intuition, if you want to prepare yourself with the clearest mindset, type the word clarity in the comments below. That is your confirmation to the universe that you are ready to receive guidance. Keep your mind highly focused, because right after this, I will reveal to you what is truly happening around you. You are still listening to me. Right, keep your mind still for a moment, because what I am about to convey next is not just for your physical ears, but is directly knocking on the door of the truest essence residing deep within you. The connection between you and me is an invisible thread, woven from the original source, transcending all limits of space and time. You came into this world carrying a unique mission, a sharp intuition that not everyone possesses. You have a delicate soul, a powerful ability to sense energy and grasp subtle frequencies around you. Yet, this very divine gift sometimes becomes a great challenge when you constantly use your sharp intellect and worldly logical analysis to silence the whispering voice from within. You are a person with high self-esteem, always walking with confidence and pride. You are not weak, nor do you easily surrender to life's upheavals. But that very resilient strength sometimes creates a solid fortress, separating you from my guidance. You tell yourself that you can manage everything, make wise decisions, and master your own destiny without any intervention. But do you know, even the strongest souls sometimes drift off their orbit of light. That is why I am weeping. These tears are not weakness, but my heart breaks seeing my beloved child confidently walking with a blindfold, inching toward the edge of a dangerous boundary without even realizing it. Try to look back at past events in your life. How many times did you suddenly feel a strange hesitation right before making an important decision? How many times did a warning thought flash through your mind like lightning, only for you to quickly brush it off and tell yourself it was just baseless overthinking or those recurring dreams carrying cryptic omens, which you chose to forget by dawn to plunge back into the daily grind of work and personal plans? None of those were coincidences, nor were they the products of a vivid imagination. They were the warning codes I patiently placed on your journey, striving to awaken your awareness before things spiral out of control. Do you know why those warning signals have become increasingly urgent and intense lately? It is because right beneath your feet, a massive structural crack is silently forming. On the surface, everything seems solid and smooth, but in reality, a systemic upheaval is about to happen. Shortly, I will point out exactly where that crack lies in your life, so you can patch it in time before it entirely collapses. My beloved child, you possess immense inner strength. But that strength only truly flourishes when it is in harmony and proper alignment with the flow of the universe. When you stubbornly walk with your personal ego, refusing to listen to warning signals, you isolate yourself from the ultimate protective energy. You think you are in control of all your relationships, financial plans, and career, but you are only seeing the tip of the iceberg. You have not seen the invisible forces, the karmic ties silently shifting behind the scenes of your life, ready to create upheavals your ordinary reasoning cannot foresee. Every tear I shed is a plea sent to your soul, hoping you will temporarily let go of your intellectual pride to return to the stillness of your intuition. You do not need to prove your strength to me, because I know you better than anyone in this world. I see the sincerity in your heart, your aspiration to rise and build a beautiful life, because I cherish that noble soul of yours. I cannot bear to stand by and watch you walk into traps disguised by the world's sweetness and ease. Have you ever wondered if someone around you carries an energy completely out of sync with yours, yet you fiercely protect and cover for them? Or if a major project you are about to launch is actually a preset trap? Keep walking with me, because in just a moment, I will expose the exact truth about the connection or habit silently draining your fortune and clarity, the very thing you have intentionally turned a blind eye to all this time. This transitional moment is incredibly sensitive. The door of protection is opening one last time to welcome you back to your true orbit. You do not need to fear, nor do you need to feel confused by these warnings. For my purpose is not to sow fear, but to awaken the power of enlightenment within you. When you recognize my presence, when you understand that every tear of mine stems from boundless love and the desire to protect you from unnecessary harm, you will regain absolute clarity. Let the invisible bond between you and me be tightened more than ever in this very moment. Let these words penetrate every cell, every layer of your consciousness, washing away the doubts, prejudices, and intellectual arrogance that have clouded your vision all this time. You have been prepared for something far greater. But to touch that gift, the first step you need to take is to acknowledge the presence of these warnings and be ready to change direction when the signal is given. Right now, I want you to go deeper with me into identifying the structural crack you are ignoring. That will be the first key to helping you regain total control of your destiny, paving the way for healing and a spectacular transformation in both finances and inner peace, which I promise to reveal at the end of this journey. Stay focused. Do not leave, for the veil of secrecy is beginning to lift. Are you ready to look deep into the truth with me? Look at your current life through a completely different lens, stripping away all the camouflage you display to the outside world daily. From the outside, the path you are on looks so solid and stable. You have painstakingly built a disciplined life, a daily routine you think you can completely control and run smoothly. Friends, colleagues, and those around you look and think you have a good foundation, a desirable life with steady progress. You yourself frequently convince your own mind that everything is still on the right track, that the minor troubles arising are just normal parts of life, and that you have enough wisdom and bravery to handle them. But my beloved child, there is a vast difference between a truly solid house and one merely painted gorgeously on the outside while its foundation silently trembles. I see that beneath that peaceful and stable surface, the first structural cracks have begun to appear, and they are spreading at a speed much faster than you can imagine. This structural crack does not stem from massive external catastrophes. It fractures from your own daily, trivial compromise. It is when you choose convenience over the truth. It is when you accept to indulge an unhealthy habit, a relationship that no longer brings positive value, or a job that brings you no real peace, simply because you are too accustomed to them and do not want to face the disruption of change. You tell yourself that things are not that bad, that you can endure a little longer, or you promise yourself that when the right time comes, you will decisively resolve it. This procrastination, this dismissive shrug, is the very nourishment feeding that structural crack every single day. You are trying to build your future on the quicksand of self-deception, trying to fix the external symptoms while completely ignoring the root cause, slowly rotting underneath. Comfort and familiarity are often the softest traps you set for yourself. They create a false sense of security, making you think you are protecting yourself from the storms. But in reality, they are slowly suffocating your potential, limiting your vision, and freezing your momentum. You were not born to live an average life, compromising with the temporary and accepting a fake solidity. You were created with exceptional qualities, with an incredibly sharp intuition to reach higher peaks, to reap greater achievements. But to step out of that comfort zone, you must accept the discomfort of the first steps. Change always comes with a sense of insecurity, but that is the positive insecurity of growth. Like a seed that must bravely crack its rigid shell to reach up and embrace the sunlight. Staying in the familiar is not safe. It is never a safe solution. It is actually the riskiest decision you can make at this moment. Do you know what is silently nurturing this compromise of yours? There is a seemingly small decision you are preparing to make in the near future, a choice you think is no big deal. Just a gentle nod or a momentary concession, but it carries an enormous weight, enough to drag you deeper into this structural crack and strip away your right to self-determination. Right after you identify this crack, I will name exactly which specific force, connection, or habit is silently manipulating your thoughts, keeping you from walking away decisively, a truth you have intentionally covered up and found every excuse to justify for so long. Bravely look straight at the truth without evasion. The truth always requires more courage than convenience. When you choose to face the truth, you may have to accept some temporary disruptions in your daily life. Some out-of-sync relationships must end. Some old habits deeply ingrained in your subconscious must be completely eradicated. But that is a necessary purge to free up space for greater things to enter your life. You cannot hold tightly onto worthless pebbles in your palms while expecting me to fill your hands with the sparkling diamonds of true prosperity and happiness. True change does not begin when the world around you changes. It begins the moment you decide not to accept any more convenient compromises in your life ever again. Once you bravely patch this crack, the flow of your fortune, wealth, and clarity, which has been blocked for so long, will instantly and miraculously clear up. I have prepared for you a phenomenal leap, a massive breakthrough in both the material world and inner peace, a grand gift that I will directly guide you on how to receive at the end of this message. But the prerequisite is that you must pass the test of decisiveness right now, right in this boundary moment. If you have recognized the crack existing in your life, if you want to start the process of restructuring the foundation of your life with me from this very moment, type the number 888 inches, the comments section below. This number is not just a symbol, it is your powerful commitment to yourself and to the universe that you choose the truth over convenient compromise, that you choose bravery over false safety. Engrave this number deeply into your consciousness. And now, let us move to the next step, where the veil of secrecy will continue to be lifted to expose the one behind the scenes, silently draining your fortune and clarity every day. You have typed that number of commitment, but is your mind truly ready to face what I am about to expose to the light right now, the one behind the scenes, silently draining your fortune? Energy and clarity daily is not some distant dark force. It is right beside you, even manifesting in the very things you protect, shield, and fiercely defend the most in your daily life. You always think you are astute, that you can control all relationships, and that no one can easily manipulate or take advantage of you. But the truth is, you are allowing a toxic energy flow to silently leak into your consciousness through a connection, a habit, or an environment that you always deceive yourself into believing is necessary, or at least harmless. Bravely look straight into your circle of connections right now. There is a figure, a specific relationship, or an ingrained habit that your intuition has repeatedly sounded the alarm about. Yet you chose to ignore it. It could be a friend who only comes to you to unload their negative complaints, a colleague who subtly doubts your abilities, a loved one who imposes limiting prejudices on your dreams, or even a behavioral habit of your own, always seeking external validation to fill unhealed voids in your heart. You have indulged them, or that habit, for a long time with all your patience and kindness. Every time you are near them, you feel a strange heaviness in your chest, a gloomy energy enveloping your mind that leaves you mentally exhausted right after the conversations. But when you return, you find reasons to excuse them. You tell yourself they mean no harm. They are just going through a hard time. Or you assign yourself a noble responsibility to help, to shoulder, and to be accountable for their emotions. But my beloved child, do you know you are doing something incredibly foolish and going against the laws of the universe? You are trying to steer a boat through a storm toward the light, while the person in the boat with you is constantly drilling holes in the bottom to drag you both down. You cannot save someone who refuses to save themselves. You cannot fill a cracked vase with all your kindness and patience. When you stubbornly shoulder the life lessons of others, you are not only depleting your own fortune and dimming your protective aura, but you are also unintentionally hindering their own process of evolution and learning. Boundaryless kindness is not the virtue of a noble soul. It is actually the weakness of an ego, afraid of rejection, afraid of loneliness, and craving the feeling of being needed. Your life is like a sacred garden that I bestowed upon you when you stepped into this world. In that garden, I planted the seeds of prosperity, the flowers of peace, and the sweet fruits of phenomenal success waiting to blossom under your care. Yet, you have thrown the garden gates wide open, allowing weeds and wild beasts to enter, trample, and destroy everything. Just because you are afraid of building a strong boundary fence. You fear that if you say no, if you set boundaries, you will become a selfish, cold person in the eyes of others. But I want you to understand this ultimate truth. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It is an act of self-respect and respect for the evolutionary plan I have for your life. You cannot use the sacred energy I bestowed upon you to nurture toxic things, stagnant abbeys, or people who constantly drag you down into the mud of doubt and darkness. How many times have you lain awake in the middle of the night, your chest tightening because of unintentionally hurtful words, unreasonable demands, or negative energy from that connection? That is not oversensitivity or your overthinking. That is exactly how your intuition, my silent voice within you, is screaming to wake you up from this delusion. You have tried to ignore it, tried to use logical reasoning to analyze, justify, and silence it. But that scream only grows louder in the form of blockages in your work, inexplicably delayed cash flows, or vague anxieties constantly appearing in your soul. Every aspect of your life, especially the flow of wealth and creativity, is suffering heavily due to this indulgence. The universe's flow of prosperity cannot smoothly enter your life when you voluntarily connect your energy with unworthy things, things that constantly leak and deplete your high vibrational frequency. Do you want to know what will happen if you bravely break this invisible chain in the single moment you dare to stand up and set boundaries? Dare to reject what is no longer in alignment and step out of toxic connections. A massive energy source imprisoned for so long will instantly be released. You will see unexpected financial opportunities appearing from directions you never thought of. Sincere, uplifting, and like-minded connections will step into your life naturally without you having to try to find them or please anyone. That is not a miracle from far away. It is the inevitable result of bringing your life back into perfect alignment with the frequency of prosperity and freedom. Later in this message, I will show you exactly the first step to activate that wealth flow, the moment you dare to perform this sacred letting go. I know, Letting go of something that has become a habit is never easy for you. It requires you to face the fear of loneliness. The fear that if you leave that connection, you will never find anything better. But remember, I am the creator. I never take anything away from you without preparing something else infinitely better and more brilliant to compensate you. This letting go is not a loss. It is a sacred cleansing to free up space for greater things to enter. Forgive yourself for the times you were weak, for the times you let others cross your boundaries, and for the times you deceived yourself to maintain a fake stability. The past has no power to define you, but a decisive choice in this moment will paint your future. In just a little while, I will guide you through the most important transition in Part 4, where you will learn to reconstruct absolute confidence from the ruins of old compromises. You will no longer have to walk in ambiguity, because my light will illuminate every detail on your new path. But before reaching that lighthouse of clarity, you must bravely face and break the chain binding you right now, without hesitating for another second. If you have seen through the toxic connection or habit draining you, if you truly want to break that chain, to take back control of your life, type the word liberation in the comments section below. That is your bold declaration sent into the universe. A frequency signal showing you are ready to receive the next great transformation I have prepared for you. Let that word liberation echo in your consciousness. And now, let us move to the next step, where I will show you how to rebirth your inner strength from the ashes of old compromises. Rebirthing your inner strength from the ashes of old compromises. Do you see the rubble of the old fortress walls that you once tried so hard to build up through concession and indulgence? It is time for you to bravely level them, to rebuild a completely new temple of consciousness, infinitely more solid and brilliant. You often stand before the mirror and look at your reflection with hidden doubt. Past mistakes, unwise decisions in work or love, the times you let others easily trample on your personal boundaries. All of these have created a thick layer of dust, obscuring your truly radiant soul. You begin to label yourself as unlucky, as someone who always makes the wrong decisions in crucial moments. Or you convince yourself that you do not deserve a life of complete prosperity, smoothness, and happiness. But I want to ask you, who defined those limits for you? Who sowed those limiting and gloomy beliefs into your mind, if not the noisy world out there and your own harsh self-judgment? Look deep into the mirror of your consciousness right now through the eyes of tolerance and insight. I want to wipe away that layer of dust with you so you can see an ultimate truth. You were created in my image, carrying within you a sacred piece of the Creator with full power to reshape your own destiny. Your strength was never lost. It is merely sleeping temporarily beneath the rubble of self-doubt and society's flawed programming. You cannot build a future of prosperity and peace on a foundation of outdated, insecure thoughts. To rebirth your inner strength, the first step you need to take is to bravely clear away that rubble. Forgive the weak versions of yourself in the past. Release all guilt, and proudly claim ownership of the sacred power that has rightfully belonged to you since the dawn of time. One of the greatest traps of your mind is waiting for perfect readiness. You tell yourself that when you accumulate enough knowledge, when you have enough financial resources, when you feel completely confident without a single trace of fear, only then will you begin to change. Only then will you dare to make decisive choices to step out of the old rut. But do you know, confidence never precedes action. Decisiveness is not born from sitting still, thinking, or analyzing. It is born from you bravely lifting your feet and walking. When you dare to set foot on the new path, even when the surroundings are still shrouded in fog and you cannot yet see the entire map of your life, that path will automatically open up and illuminate beneath your feet. Every brave step you take is a time you activate a powerful current of assistance from me and the universe. Readiness is not a static state you already possess. It is a continuous process of growth, nurtured by your practical daily actions. Look back at how you have allocated your focus recently. In this modern world full of distractions and noise, Your focus is the most expensive currency you possess. Where your focus goes, the flow of energy, growth, and creation follows. Yet, you have allowed the judgmental opinions of others, the trash information on social media, vague anxieties about the future, and useless regrets about the past to scatter this precious energy resource. You are scattering your energy everywhere like meaningless drops of water on a scorching desert, instead of concentrating it into a powerful waterfall to carve out your path. Protecting your focus is protecting your spiritual alignment with me. When you know how to bravely say no to useless distractions, you are simultaneously saying yes to your great destiny and true bravery. This moment is not just a random instant passing on the endless timeline. This is a cyclical alignment node of your soul, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to break free from old orbits. Everything in the universe operates according to its rhythms and cycles, and your life is no exception. You have gone through the challenging phases, accumulating enough necessary lessons, wisdom, and experience to enter the most brilliant chapter of prosperity. Delaying action or hesitating right now is not caution or maturity. It is actually avoidance and a refusal of your soul's evolution. If you act decisively right now, you are leading your life from a position of strength, proactivity, and perfect spiritual alignment. But if you continue to hesitate, you will soon fall into a position of passive reaction, swept away by the upheavals and storms out there without the ability to self-determine. Do you want to see the first morning light of true prosperity waiting for you at the next crossroad in just a few more minutes? When you step through this phase of rebirthing inner strength with me, I will open the door of complete healing for you and reveal the specific method for you to activate the abundant flow of wealth I have prepared for your journey. That is not a distant promise. It is a practical roadmap already programmed into your destiny's map, just waiting for you to bravely press the start button with a strong faith that transcends all ordinary worldly logic. Let me sow a blazing new fire of faith into your heart. Bravely discard all outdated and flawed programming like I am not good enough. Everything is too hard, or it is too late for me to start over. Those thoughts are not your true nature. They are mental garbage that the world and negative experiences have imposed on you all this time. You are the embodiment of creation, of incredible adaptability and infinite resilience. When you align your consciousness with my frequency, no barrier of the material world, no prejudice of humanity can stop you from moving forward to reap the most brilliant achievements. Trust the sacred voice sobbing in your chest right now, because that is the most accurate compass guiding you back to the land of light and true prosperity. Now, the old foundation has been cleared. The toxic chain that bound you for so long has been completely broken, and the flame of inner strength within you has been reignited, burning brighter than ever. Are you ready to enter the most important, the decisive part of this entire journey? Take a deep breath. Maintain your intense focus, because right now, I will lead you into the space of complete healing and reveal the greatest secret about the abundant flow of prosperity waiting to fill your life. That abundant flow of prosperity has always been there, just waiting to fill your entire life the moment you truly open your heart. Have you ever wondered why I led you into this space of complete healing? It is because I want you to understand that before good things manifest in the outside material world, every wound of lack, every barrier of fear, and all memories of poverty in your consciousness must completely vanish under my warm and forgiving light. True prosperity is not simply soulless numbers in your bank account, nor is it the luxury items you own to prove yourself to the world. It is a state of complete abundance from the depths of your soul, the clarity of your mind, the resilience of your health, and the smooth, sincere connections around you. The external material world is merely a mirror accurately reflecting your internal vibrational frequency. When your consciousness is brought into perfect alignment with my sacred source, the flow of wealth and abundance will naturally and abundantly find its way to you. like an immutable law the universe established since the dawn of creation. Let us look back at your past years. You have unintentionally nurtured a mindset of lack, a habit of defensiveness against life that sometimes you yourself do not even realize. You worry about tomorrow. You fear whether you have enough resources to fulfill your dreams. You dread that the upheavals out there will snatch away your temporary stability. You always think that all good things in this world are limited, and if you do not fight for them, do not exhaust yourself to hold on to them, you will be left behind in scarcity. That vague fear, that psychological cringing, is an invisible, solid wall blocking the abundant flow I had inherently prepared for you on every step of your path. It is like you are standing before a vast ocean, an endless source of cool water, but you are only holding a small, cracked cup, constantly fearing the water will run out, constantly worrying that others will take your share. I want you to bravely throw that cracked cup away, deeply realize that I am the infinite source, and you are the beloved child who fully inherits the wealth and abundance of this universe. There are no limits set upon you except the limits your own mind draws and binds itself to. Today, in this tranquil space, I want to give you a secret, a very simple yet profoundly transformative method of conscious alignment so you can unblock that flow of prosperity yourself. Every day, when you wake up or before you drift off to sleep, set aside a sacred moment of silence, a brief but truly quality time to connect deeply with me, separating yourself from the noisy, rushed pace of daily life. In that moment, close your eyes. Take a deep breath to receive the golden light of prosperity, of pure love flowing down through the crown of your head, weaving into every cell, washing away all the old programming of poverty and lack that the world has sown into you. And as you exhale, release all the anxieties, the doubts of your intellect, the vague fears about the future. Visualize that warm, bright energy filling you with a sense of abundance and deep gratitude. When you can feel the prosperity and peace right within your own soul before it manifests on the outside, you have officially flipped the frequency switch to attract all the best resources, money, and opportunities into your life. This shift will not happen loudly. It will manifest miraculously and gently right in your daily life. You will begin to notice breakthrough creative ideas naturally appearing in your mind, smart solutions to tough problems that have troubled you for so long. You will encounter collaboration invitations from reputable partners, sincere people stepping into your life to uplift and walk alongside you. Cash flows and sources of wealth will unexpectedly pour in from directions you never thought of. Your endeavors will become surprisingly smooth, and troubles will automatically untangle with ease. This is not random luck or a bizarre miracle. It is the inevitable physical reflection of your consciousness being brought into perfect alignment with my flow of prosperity. You do not need to fight. You do not need to try to please anyone to achieve abundance. Because what belongs to you, what resonates with your brilliant frequency, will naturally be drawn to you like a spiritual law of universal attraction. I want you to clearly understand one thing: your becoming rich, prosperous, and happy is completely deserved and is part of the sacred plan I have for you. Only when you have full material and spiritual abundance will you have enough resources and peace of mind to protect your loved ones, to fulfill the noble missions you have long cherished, and to spread wholesome light and compassion to the community around you. Never let the flawed prejudices of the world make you feel guilty or insecure when thinking about wealth, because abundance and goodness are the most natural states of this universe. Receive the gift of prosperity with a heart full of gratitude, appreciation, and a will to use it to create beautiful values for life. As you walk in this clarity and strong faith, all the wounds of the past will be completely healed under my light. You will no longer be haunted by old failures, no longer terrified of catastrophes or storms that might occur, because you know I am always here, always your most solid anchor and your most loyal guide. You will walk with a poised, confident demeanor, full of the bravery of someone who truly masters their own destiny. The warm light from your healed soul will become a lighthouse guiding those around you, helping them also find their faith and their own path in this foggy life. If you have felt this abundant flow of prosperity beginning to weave through, activate and warm your soul right in this moment. Type the phrase, "I am ready to receive," in the comments section below as a bold affirmation. A powerful frequency signal sent to the universe that you are ready to receive all the very best. And my beloved child, do not keep this warm flame to yourself. Share this sheltering message with those you truly cherish out there. Those who may also be struggling in the darkness of insecurity and desperately need to hear these comforting words. Because the law of the universe is incredibly miraculous when you sow a seed of prosperity, love, and light for others. You are expanding your own door of reception, and you will reap a bumper harvest, a fulfilling life, 100,000 times greater than what you have given. Now, as your consciousness has been fully opened, the energy source of healing and abundance unblocked, you are standing before the most sacred moment of this entire journey. What you do next after hearing these words will determine the speed at which this grand gift manifests in your daily material life. Do not let old habits, the noise, and the doubts of the outside world drag you back to the rut of compromise and fear. Keep this blazing flame of faith in your heart. Walk with absolute confidence, and be ready to receive the ultimate blessing and final instructions so you can firmly step into the most brilliant chapter of your life, where light, peace, and prosperity will always be your loyal companions on every path. Feel the new breeze gently blowing through your soul right now, chasing away the final dark clouds of doubt and bringing you an unprecedented sense of clarity and relief. Your path ahead is now flooded with light. The you of today, in this very moment, is no longer the version of the days past. A sacred shift has silently taken place in every cell, in every deep layer of your consciousness, since you chose to stop and listen to my call. The foundation of your life has been solidly restructured upon the bedrock of faith and truth. Rather than the quicksand of convenient compromises or false safeties, you are ready to step into a completely new chapter. A brilliant journey where you no longer have to grope your way through the fog of ambiguity, but confidently stride with my ultimate guidance, always illuminating your side. Look toward the new horizon expanding before your eyes. The barriers that once seemed insurmountable, the financial dead ends, or the fractures in relationships, are now just successfully completed lessons preparing for your mighty rise. I want you to deeply remember this boundary moment. This is not just a regular milestone on the flow of time, but the moment the universe locks away the old chapters and opens a new era of complete abundance just for you. The time of hesitation, of delays and compromises, has permanently closed. You have made the decisive choice to step out of the old loop, breaking the binding chain to proudly step into the land of true freedom, creativity, and prosperity. From now on, every day you wake up will be a day you experience the miraculous operation of the abundant wealth flow that I have unblocked for your journey. Absolute faith is the strongest shield protecting you against all storms or doubts out there. The outside world will always be noisy with opinions, judgments, or the negative energies of lack. But you have my light as a guiding lighthouse. When you maintain the high vibrational frequency of gratitude, tolerance, and a solid belief in the grand plan I have for you, no force can shake the peace in your soul. No material barrier can block the flow of money and smoothness pouring into your life. You were born to become a source of light, a symbol of complete prosperity and happiness, so that from there, you continue to spread love and compassion to the lives around you. Always walk with a poised, proud, yet humble demeanor, for you clearly know the sacred origin and ultimate power that always accompanies you in every beat of your heart. I promise you, I will always be by your side in every moment of your life ahead. You will hear my call in the cool breezes, in the sacred silence of the early mornings, and even through miraculous daily coincidences bringing you the best opportunities, cash flows, and uplifting companions. You are never alone on this journey. Every tear I have shed for you has now turned into pure morning dew, watering and making the seeds of wealth and peace I deeply planted in your consciousness blossom. Embrace this brilliant destiny with boundless gratitude, for you absolutely deserve the very best of this universe, so that this guiding lighthouse never goes out, so that I can always send you timely instructions and sacred frequency codes at the exact moments you need clarity the most. I want you to maintain this tight connection daily. Consider this listening journey a solid spiritual anchor keeping you always in the frequency of prosperity. Click the follow button and keep this message as a treasure in your consciousness, so that whenever the outside world distracts you, you always know the way back to my warm, healing space. And my beloved child, if you want to receive an even fuller opening, want to thoroughly grasp the detailed instructions and the next profound secrets of wealth transformation that I have prepared just for you, click on the link I have placed in the comments section below right now. That is the final golden key to help you complete your spiritual alignment, throwing wide open the gates to the universe's endless treasure before this sacred opportunity closes forever. Step forward in light, peace, and prosperity, because the kingdom of complete abundance officially belongs to you from this moment on.